In the inventory page, this box shows the important indicators on the inventory accuracy. Clicking on this box will hide this box for 15 minutes. These are the number of items with missing batch numbers. As Intelsys depends on batch numbers to maintain accurate stock count, all dispensed medicines/injections must have batch numbers saved. These are the lowest and highest margins of all the inventory items. It is important to make sure these margins are not too high or too low and should always in green. Margin, difference of selling price and cost price. This is an example of very bad inventory management. Not good. There are 43 dispensed items with no batch number saved. This means for these items, they were dispensed without reducing the stock balance and are unaccounted for. To identify the items with missing batch numbers, specify the period here. In this example we select this year. Select missing batch numbers here. And click Reports. These are all the items without batch number saved. It is very bad to let this list to be so long. All dispensed medicines/injections must have batch numbers saved immediately when the collection page is updated for all patients. In this example, we select VN 6127 to check on the missing batch number. Taking note of VN 6127, go to the collection page. Type in 6127 as the VN. Click Find. Now we are in VN 6127. This item does not have batch number saved. This item also does not have batch number saved. Once you have identified the items with missing batch numbers, save the batch numbers immediately. It is good practice to save the batch numbers immediately on the spot. Avoid doing it later. This will be possible if all items received from suppliers are recorded immediately, and no usage must be allowed until the items received are recorded. Now let's identify the items with these extreme/illogical margins. Scroll down to the inventory menus. Click Margin Check. This is the list of all inventory items, arranged from the lowest to highest margins. Margins are the differences between cost and selling prices in percentages. Pay attention to the units to make sense of the costs and prices. These are the costs of the items as per the supplier's invoices. If there are varying costs, they are shown in ranges, lowest to highest. These are the selling prices. These are the margins, percent, from lowest to highest. The lowest margin here is -100. Negative margin indicates the selling price is lower than the cost price, in other words you are selling the item at a loss. Click on the cost to list the supplier's invoices. These are the received stocks from suppliers. Note the inventory unit for this item is 1 bottle. And the supplier's price seems to be in accordance to 1 bottle. However, the selling price is extremely low for a bottle and needs to be changed to reflect sensible selling price. Let's correct this selling price. Search for the item. And select from the drop-down list. Tick Allow Edit. Note the selling prices here do not make sense for 1 bottle. It is unlikely that 1 bottle is priced at RM1, RM0.3 or RM0.1875. Change the selling price to a more sensible price. In this example we enter 150. Change the price for charge mode B with a slightly higher price than the cost price of RM96. Change the panel price as well. Click Edit to save these changes. Now we would have corrected the selling price and cost price mismatch for this item. These indicators are refreshed every 15 minutes, so any changes made to the inventory will be reflected at least 15 minutes later. This is another example of wrong selling price. The costs are from RM36 to RM41.9 for 1 unit. But the selling price is lower than the costs prices at RM15, resulting in negative margin. This means the clinic is losing money whenever this item is sold. This selling price needs to be corrected for this item. Avoid vague units such as 1 unit. Here we will have confusion whether 1 unit refers to 1 ml, 1 ampule or 1 box. Let's see another example, T-Controloc 40 mg. This item is measured by 1 T. The selling price is RM9. And the margin is from -87% to 98%. Let's see what went wrong and why there is negative margin. Click on the cost to list all suppliers' invoices. The suppliers' prices seem consistent with 1 T. However, RM69.5 does not look correct as the price for 1 T. If this invoice is more than 1 year, you can click Ignore to exclude this invoice in margin calculations. Ignored invoices will appear like these and are excluded from margin calculations. Since we cannot ignore this mistake, we need to correct this error under Received Items. For that, take note of the date, November 11, 2019, the supplier, Apex Pharmac, the invoice number, 5,021,895,220, and the cost for 1 T, RM69.5. The current year is 2020, as we need to do the correction in year 2019, change the year to 2019 here. Invoice date was November 11, 2019. Select the period in which the invoice we are going to correct, November 11, 2019, is from. Here we select the entire November 2019. Click Received Items to list all items received in November 2019. This will list all the invoices received in this period, November 2019. Select the invoice that we are going to correct from this list. This is the item that needs correction. Note the cost for 20 T is RM1390, which translates to RM69.5 for 1 T. This is what we are going to correct. Click on the date to show the details. As this batch is not posted, we can still edit this batch details. If this batch has been issued out, it will be considered as posted and no editing is possible, except to edit quantities. This is the supplier's cost for this batch. It is unlikely 20 T will cost RM1390. The possible mistake is that 20 packs have been accidentally entered as 20 T. If one pack contains 30 T, 20 packs will contain 600 T. So we correct 20 to 600. Click Edit T only to save the changes. For batches that have been used/dispensed, no editing is possible as this invoice is considered posted. So for posted invoices, you cannot edit anything that affects the value of the invoice such as the cost. However, you can still edit the quantity here and click Edit T only to save the new quantity. This is another example where we need to find out why the margin is so high at 29,900%. 29,900% margin is not logical for this item. The cost price, supplier's price, is only RM0.1 for 1 bottle, which is very unlikely. Click on this cost to see the supplier's details. It is likely that these costs are for 1 ml and not 1 bottle. So there are 2 corrections to be made here. First, this unit must be changed to 1 ml. And the selling price of RM30 needs to be changed to reflect the selling price for 1 ml. That's it. You're done.